eliminated in the 16th round and no chance of winning the Premier League, the La Liga. He was receiving text messages and all, from the true Barca fans, and that pressure, you just have to go.
What about next season? Speaking of transfers, what would you like Chelsea to do in the market? Give me a name.
I think, for one thing, I don't want Costa to go. Yeah, and because I don't see Lukaku, I never rate him. I think he's a Everton kind of player.
Yeah.
Right.
He's at his level.
Those big mid-table teams.
Right.
I don't think he can do, because I checked his stats. In the top 4 teams, the best thing he did is having one touch.
Right.
Yeah.
Good observation.
Yeah.
Who do you want to see standing next to Conte saying he has signed the thing and you're like, yes?
I pray for Verratti, PSG. I want someone to play alongside. I want Matic to go. I want someone to play alongside Kante and Fabregas as a backup.
Okay. Because you need depth.
Yeah. And I want us to sign a left back, because I don't trust Alonso because of pace. And I don't think he can play Champions League and Premier League.
At the same time, yeah.
Sandro, we've been linked with Sandro from Juventus.
Yeah.
So I pray for it.
Yeah.
Which I
Sanchez.
yeah.
The Sun.
Would go to a club like Man United. So I don't think Arsenal can refuse that money.
Ooh, it's bound to be.
Sanchez will have to play. He's always defending.
Building. There's been a lot. So Griezmann's not on the move. Now make weight for David De Gea. Yes.
Like, I don't think they need it. You don't
see them letting him go. An extension to his contract is Yaya Toure.
And this surprised me, by the way. We always thought that Yaya Toure was going to be one of the first casualties of Pep Guardiola's reign at Man City. You know, given the fact that he's sold him once already when he was where they were together at Barcelona. So I was very, very surprised to hear this news.
A Man City shirt.
Wait, we have a Man City. Let me stop the music. Like, as in, we have a Man City fan in the building.
Unbelievable.
Abraham.
Yeah.
And you're a Man City fan. Who believe? Okay. So,
when you first started supporting the team?
Okay, I met Mancini was signed when I joined Man City.
Mancini wasn't 9 years ago.
Mancini was the other day.
So, all right, who was your top player 9 years ago? It's a quiz.
Company.
Yeah.
Nah.
9 years ago,
He
you
was
guys.
there.
Okay.
9 years.
Maybe 6, 7.
Does anyone
Wasn't 9 years just the other day?
Does anyone who's tuned in is there debating the like how?
Well, are you happy with your season?
Not so well, but we did not bad.
It's pepper fruit.
Where is on it?
Tough.
Okay, let me change the question, the context. Are Man United fans worried about Man City having Pep as a coach? Are they having sleepless nights?
Whether from him, but
yeah.
after of course winning like 10 games, we knew like this guy going to do something here. But now by December, that guy was nowhere to be seen. Man City league now.
Yeah, not be there for.
For the player like me or the player want to achieve trophy and they want to win and want to be with the strong squad and great manager, is something special. And I think, to be honest, I'm very grateful with the chairman, Carlos Mamarak, and as well the boss, Sheikman. So they've been helpful. And sometimes it's not easy when you get older to continue to compete. I think I proved myself.
The big cups, Champions League.
Yeah.
Right.
Or where he has experience.
Yeah.
They also got rid of a few players already. Gael Clichy is gone. Bakary Sagna is gone. Caballero as well is gone. You guys are going to be busy in the transfer window. Yeah.
But I would like Dybala. That plays good.
Wow.
Will help a lot.
Oh, but you only have 3 10s because you have 2 silvers that play 10. De Bruyne is a 10. City always greedy with their oil money. Huh?
They still
Yes. Oh, what a player! I think that was a huge blow when he got injured for the season. I really enjoyed watching him.
There's a guy here called King Cairo is saying that renewed the contract, but he won't play. Pepe is smart. He's got good organ for that position. Plus, he just signed Bernardo Silva.
So they signed him to keep him away from other teams.
Probably. Alrighty. Alright, well, thank you very much, Mr. Man City, the only person in the building with a Man City shirt. Mr. 9 years, you know, thank you very much. You are listening to Homeboys Radio 103.5 FM. It's the season wrap-up for Fanzone this morning. And also, we have a live studio audience this morning, and we're going to be speaking to the host of another Fanzone. This time it's a global one, the Premier League Fanzone, right after we pay some bills. It's Homeboys Radio 103.5 FM.
My fellow Kenyans, journey of building a new Kenya, visit www.delivery.go.ke. I am very proud to welcome you to this delivery portal, and I'm even prouder to showcase some of the work that my government has done in the first 4 years of my term. As your president, it is my primary duty to provide the environment for each one of you to fulfill your potential to improve your own livelihoods, that of your community, and of our nation. Together, we have achieved so much for the benefit of so many in such a short time. I encourage you to explore this portal and see for yourself what has been done by the national government in our country and in every single sector. .go.ke. Asanteni sana.
Changamkia mamili na Coca-Cola. You could win data bundles, thousands in cash, or be the one and text the code to 40111 from your line. Grab your chance. Changamkia mamili na Coca-Cola.
Taste the feeling.
Every kick. Every
when was the last time you read a book?
Oh my God.
Is it part of your culture?
Fanzone.
Do you have an amazing book by an African author you're reading and want to share? So what you're reading by sending us an email with the title of the book to 124@homeboysradio.co.ke, and you might be my guest to review the book with us on Fridays.
Directions are written in some sort of rare robot dialect.
Class 124 is all about the reading culture, and you are invited to share yours with me, Mwalimu Rachel, on Homeboys Radio.
Every kick, every tackle, every goal. This is Saturday Football Fanzone on HBR 103.5 FM.
All right, 10 minutes past the 10 o'clock. We're back in the building with Fanzone. And of course, it is the end of the season wrap up right here on HBR 103.5 FM. Myself, Eric, and DJ John, we are in the building. And right now, we are joined on the line by one of the most familiar faces when it comes to watching Premier League anywhere across Africa, Mr. Jonathan Joseph, a.k.a. the man like DJ Spoonie. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, man. Great to have you on the show this morning, sir. It's been a long, long time.
Sorry?
It's great to have you on the show this morning. It's been a while since we've...
Absolutely.
Definitely, man.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Now, first of all, I want to tell you, like I said to you yesterday, when it comes to football across Africa, you are one of the most recognizable faces. So everybody in the audience today is like, oh my gosh, they've got that guy, the bald-headed guy, the Liverpool supporter on the line today. All right.
It's me.
All right, first of all, let me ask you, are you happy with your season, your Liverpool season this season?
I think so. All said and done, at the start of the season, we would have been happy to finish in the Champions League positions. That constitutes progress for us. I mean, we got off to a relatively good start, then it picked up, and obviously around the turn of the year, January was horrendous for us.
Right.
Losing Philippe Coutinho to injury, Sadio Mane to the African Cup of Nations, and we never quite recovered from that. Chelsea kicked on, but look, we got across the line, we finished fourth, and I think all in all it's a good season, 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10 for real. And you look at, and who do you need? What transfers do you need to make to bolster your squad for next season? What positions?
I think the obvious position is fullback, and it's quite harsh on James Milner because he's been one of our most consistent players throughout the whole season. But that is the one position we really need to fill, just so we have balance. That when a left-sided player goes down that side, he doesn't have to come inside like James Milner does onto his stronger foot, and he is quite two-footed. But if we do have a bona fide left back, that's going to make quite a difference. People saying about we need a goalkeeper. I think priorities will be to get either Daniel Sturridge playing every week, or an out-and-out striker. Someone in the middle of the park that can break the play up and attack.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Morning, Joe.
It's a pleasure to speak to you. Just to give you an idea of how popular your show is here, it comes on almost every day on local TV here. What's it like doing this sort of job? Do you have to watch tons and tons of games, and you have to be an expert in all things football? It must be. It's not the easiest job. It's not just getting to the studio and talking about some football, is it?
Well, I mean, the way it works on a Saturday, I will sit. We do kick-off. Myself, Don, Leroy, and Seema, and then we'll have Fanzone in the evening. So we sit in a room, and the room's got 7 screens in it. So most of the Saturday games we'll get and see, and obviously you can't watch 7 games simultaneously, but we're seeing all the goals going live. And when you are watching the screens, even though you're not watching every single game, you are getting a feel for what's happening, who's playing well, who's under pressure, who's been unlucky, who's been very lucky. You get a gauge of that, and then we go and speak about that on kick-off later on that evening.
Yeah.
But generally throughout the week, if there's games on a Sunday or a Monday, or like we've seen this season on a Thursday or Friday, you are just across all the facts, all the figures, all the information. So when we do come on there, you've got that information to hand.
How do you put up with Leroy?
Listen, Leroy is a gentle giant. He's very much an unsung hero. He doesn't mind winding people up. He's a bit of a wind-up merchant. I mean, him and Don have a fantastic relationship. And what you don't see on camera is we spend a lot of time with each other sitting, talking about football, ideas, opinions, the rights and wrongs. Just like people put the world to rights with politics, we put the world to rights with football. So when we do come on air, it's really just an extension of that.
Nice. Talking about the way the season panned out, did you expect the table to look like it did, or were you surprised by, for example, where Arsenal finished, or were you expecting Pep to do a lot better? How do you, at the beginning of the season, what were your expectations, and how did it end for you?
I mean, a lot more competitive. I felt that it somehow slipped behind Tottenham. Tottenham have been progressing over the last 2-3 seasons. I thought Manchester City, with Pep Guardiola and the signings, would be very strong. I thought Manchester United would have been stronger in the league than they were. And for that reason, I didn't think Arsenal were a shoo-in for top 4. At the start of the season, I genuinely felt there were 6 contenders for that league title. In the end, Chelsea was the most consistent from start to finish. They had a couple of wobbles early on. Antonio Conte addressed that like it really looked like they were going to be caught. And Tottenham gave them a fantastic run, but they still didn't have enough in the tank to cut down that deficit.
Do you think Spurs can make that jump to finally being real title contenders and maybe even one day winning the title, or they're just going to be pretenders to the throne for the years to come?
It's a difficult one for Spurs. Last season was Chelsea. Season 4 with Leicester was such a freak.
Yeah.
But if you look at the way Tottenham have progressed over the last 3, 4, even 5 seasons, what they are competing against, though, are teams, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, that have had billions of pounds spent on investment into the squad, and Tottenham haven't had that. So they're now having to compete today 10, 15 years of investment and history and reputation. So I think they are closing the gap, but maybe not as quick as they would like to. The important thing for Tottenham now, though, is keeping that core of players together. It won't be a surprise if Kyle Walker leaves, but I think it would be a crying shame if Danny Walker's not starting the season as a Tottenham player. I think Moussa Dembele is brilliant in the middle of the park. Christian Eriksen showed his class as the season went on. The two centre-halves are arguably the best centre-half pairing in the Premier League, Vertonghen and Alderweireld. And then up front, and when I say up front, I'm talking Dele Alli, Harry Kane and Son.
Yeah.
They have amazing balance, they have amazing work rate, and the goals scored between them three just makes me think they can compete, but they have to keep that squad together.
What do you make of the Kenyan lad in the team? Obviously, we'd love to hear your opinion on Victor Wanyama.
Wanyama, I've got to say, I always thought he was a good player at Southampton. At Spurs, I feel that he's got better. I think he is not as rash. He's a lot more controlled than he was at Southampton. Maybe because Tottenham will dominate possession more than they did when they were at Southampton, when he was at Southampton, meaning that he would have had to have made a lot more tackles than he did wearing the red and white stripes. But, you know, again, that game, the semi-final against Chelsea, the FA Cup semi-final, he was absolutely unbelievable. I think it was arguably his best performance in a Spurs shirt. Right. He totally dominated the middle of the park. And for me, he's just given total balance. He's the reason why Christian Eriksen can go and play in the final third. He's the reason why Dele Alli doesn't really have to worry about his defensive duties. And he's also freeing up Moussa Dembele, who I also believe is one of the best players in the Premier League.
Right, right. All right, we've got a live studio audience today. Make some noise, guys. And it would be a miss if we didn't pick one of them to ask you a question. So what's your name, brother? Your name is? Mwao.
Yeah. First of all, then again, the question I think that is on my mind, or probably everyone's, is you've seen the Premier League has shifted from the Big Four. Now it's more like a Big Six. So who do you think will actually be consistent enough to maintain their position in the Big Four, or to come back to the top four? I think that's a huge one for me.
So, you know what? I think we now need to look at it as six. I genuinely do, because look at the two teams that didn't finish in the top four this season. Arsenal have never not finished in the top four in 22 seasons, and Manchester United under Jose Mourinho, they'll be desperate to finish in the top four and naturally finish in the Champions League. I mean, look, they won the Europa League this year, and that's why they're playing in Europe's premier competition next season. But he will be under a little bit more pressure next season. So
another question for you. What's your name, brother?
Kent.
Kent has got a question for you, Spoonie.
Morning, Spoonie.
Morning.
Congratulations, Liverpool, finally. You're in the Champions League. My question to you is, whom are you going to buy as a striker, and is Sturridge leaving?
Well, I mean, who are we going to sign as a striker? I mean, there's talk of us trying to get Mohamed Salah from Roma, who we tried to sign for £11 million before he went to Chelsea. Now we're going to have to pay almost 3 times as much to get him from Italy. He's not a central striker. I think the jury's still out on whether Daniel Sturridge will stay at Liverpool this season. I really hope he does. I hope he has a good pre-season, his body gets a bit of rest, and he gets a bit of fire in his belly, because it's going to be hard to find a player that has the natural talent that Daniel Sturridge does have. However, we do need a little bit more from him when he is on the pitch by terms of work rate. So I wouldn't go and splash out money on a central striker unless we were going to get one of Europe's top ones. I wouldn't mind trying to get Lacazette from Lyon, of course, Aubameyang, who is looking like he's going to go to PSG. If we were going to get one of those, I would spend the big money. I wouldn't go and spend £30 million on someone who's not better than Firmino or not that much better than Divock Origi.
You guys have Firmino, you have Lallana, you have Sane. Why would you want to go for Salah, Mohamed Salah, instead of Lacazette? There is Morata, and the rest.
Because I think Mohamed Salah's natural position is wide, and what we saw when Sadio Mane plays in the team is it gives you energy down one side. Now, if we could have that energy down two sides, or if Sadio Mane is not available, it means that Salah can play on that side, or we have the option of playing on both sides. Now, where Liverpool struggled this season was against the smaller, so-called smaller sides, not that there are really smaller sides in the Premier League, but the games where Liverpool win, what you need is to have more width to stretch the pitch. So even if teams do sit in and play deep, you stretch them wide, so then you can create room between the fullbacks and the centre-halves. And that's what Liverpool have faced. Sadio Mane was not in the team.
All right, well, Spoonie, thank you very much this morning for your time. And we need to talk about getting you down here for a gig, because what most of you guys won't know is that he is a top DJ as well as a top TV presenter as well. So we're going to definitely talk about that and try and get some sort of stuff going on so we can get you out here for a gig, Spoons.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, man. That is Jonathan Joseph from Fanzone. Get some noise for Jonathan.
That we all love to watch on the TV every week during the season. That was amazing. I didn't know he was a Liverpool supporter.
Yeah, big time.
Ooh. Okay. Next up, we have to talk about big game. Have to discuss what is going to be an absolute tactical nightmare for both coaches. It's literally the best attack of the season playing against the best defense.
Yeah.
Eric, are you ready for tonight? Are you ready for Cardiff?
Very.
Yeah.
They will need extra time to do that. Of course, you can say Juventus they defend well, but look here, teams that they played. I know Juventus playing some very good teams there in the run-up to the final, but also Real they playing some really tough matches. They play Napoli, play Bayern Munich, play Atletico Madrid again for a fourth year in a row. I mean, these guys, they know they're there to make it, decide to win this thing back to back again, and they have the quality to do it. I know Juventus can actually, they have good players, they are playing some good football, and they're defending so well. But now here,
why should they struggle against? It's the BBC actually versus the BBC. The BBC of Real versus the BBC of Juve.
One thing that you can be assured of is Real will score. I don't know why I feel that Real will score. So those guys who are betting, you can put something like over or goal. But by 90th minute, I don't think those guys can win the game by the 90th minute, but they're going for extra time. And what I can assure is that Real must, they will score.
Okay, so tonight it's the unstoppable force that is the BBC going forward against the This is going to be a nightmare, I'm telling you. The coaches, I think the amount of time they've spent trying to figure out this game, whoever comes out on top, you have to give him credit. I'm a Real Madrid supporter and I'm very concerned.
Why?
Juventus have let in 3 goals.
In the entire campaign?
Yes, only FC Copenhagen let in less goals with 2 goals, but they played, by the group stage they were gone. So if you can't score, you can't win. And Juventus have fixed a big problem they've had before, whereby they could defend well, and up front it was a bit... but now with Higuain and Dybala, I think someone said they want to see Dybala in. Even guys like Cuadrado and them can chip in with goals. Question is, sentimentally, and I want to ask some of the guys in the audience, because they become the first team to win back-to-back
Champions League.
Yes. But there's the Gigi Buffon
factor.
Yes. Everybody's like, oh man, Gigi Buffon, it's about time he won a Champions League.
He has to step up. Look, 2014, we're all saying that Steven Gerrard needs to win the league. But Liverpool didn't step up.
No one cares about sentiment.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's up to the team to step up.
Okay, let me talk to the lady, the Chelsea fan. If you had to choose the perfect script, would you say the back-to-back win for Real Madrid or the Buffon,
Real, I'm a Real fan.
Uh-huh.
So definitely Real should win this.
Yeah.
And I have faith they will.
How you think they will score within 90 minutes?
In 90 minutes and still, Juve will equalize but we'll go for extra time, of which Real will take the trophy.
Another big dilemma for Zinedine Zidane is Gareth Bale. The final is in Wales. He's going back to his home country, but he's been unfit for quite a long time. And Isco has been playing well. If you were Zinedine Zidane for one day, who would you start, Bale or Isco?
Bale.
Really? Tell us why.
I think...
Sentiment, because he's going back to Wales.
I think it's a great game for him. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can hand over to whoever we talked to today.
Who's hiding in the corner?
Yes, let me talk to the gentleman here. So, Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, he's becoming a big game player. He's becoming the main man. The Ballon d'Or, or what do they call it these days? The best. FIFA, the best. If Cristiano doesn't win the Champions League final today, does he deserve the Ballon d'Or?
Okay, the Ballon d'Or,
Yes.
I have to say, it's between Gigi Buffon and Ronaldo. The one who will win the match today
takes it,
honestly.
Yeah.
But for me, I prefer if Real Madrid win as a fan of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But then, the only reason I don't want Juventus to win is the way they manipulate the transfer market.
What?
Listen, these guys, they have mastered the art of taking free agents and assembling a very strong team, which is very dominant in Italy.
Yes.
And they're now a big team. Even if they come for a big player, every player wants to go there when they're about to end their career. Like Dani Alves, he didn't struggle to find a club. Juventus came calling. Will you say no?
Yeah.
No. You can't say no.
But they're not breaking any rules, are they?
I'm not saying they are breaking. They have mastered the art of manipulating free agents.
Yeah.
Like Pogba. Yes. But for me, I prefer Real Madrid to win. And if for Buffon, it's for Buffon.
Yeah.
And they may take the Ballon d'Or and become maybe it's been long since a defender or a goalkeeper won the award. And it's about time this Messi and Ronaldo Ballon d'Or routine ended.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody in the audience who actually feels, because everyone is saying they want Real to win, is anyone who wants Juventus to win? We have a few here. Okay. We have a lot of people. Let's bring it this way. Yes.
Dennis.
Yes, Dennis.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be pretty hard for Madrid to get past Juve tonight. One, you mentioned their defense. They haven't conceded too much. 3 goals it is.
Yes.
And what they did to Barcelona was an example in what they'll do tonight. It's going to be a tight game. Probably see it going to extra time, but I think Madrid will give them a run for their money. I want to see if Ronaldo does turn up tonight. He's a differentiator in this game. He's a kind of guy who pulls up the game, puts the team on his back, and he runs it all the way. So I don't know if he could do that, then Madrid stand a chance. If he can't, it's going to be hella difficult for Madrid.
Okay. We also want to hear from you, the guys who are tuned in online. Want to see what your thoughts are on the big final tonight. Eric, let me hear from you. I think you're also team Juventus for today.
Yeah, I'm team Juve.
Is this has to? You look like a guy who just wants Juve to win because of a personal issue. Like you don't like Cristiano or something like that.
For Cristiano, yeah. Trust me.
I know.
I don't like him because I hate people who seek attention. But
he performs.
He's good, but I hate the fact that he's compared to Messi because I've said this and I'll say it once again. Nobody can do what Messi does with the ball. And Gaucho did, but nobody can now.
Yeah.
He's out of this world. But okay, Cristiano, he has confidence.
Yeah.
He believes he can do it and he does it.
Okay.
He's like the Obama of football, Like nobody could think a black man can be the president.
Okay.
That's Cristiano.
Let's talk about tonight though. Tell me about this final. Why do you think, all sentiment aside, can Juve, because to win a final,
I'll have a very bad defense. You can agree. They concede so much. They concede in every game. Juve,
that's true.
Yeah, Juve doesn't concede, and as you said, they've improved on attack this season.
Yeah.
So that's a determining factor. Both attack and defense, they are good, unlike Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they switch off a little bit, the way Bayern did, Cristiano will destroy
punish them.
Yeah.
Okay, those are some of your early thoughts coming through. Eric, maybe we can hand over to you and see what the vibe is online.
Yeah, on Twitter, Giroud is saying Juventus winning penalties and Ronaldo to miss a penalty. Wow.
I like that.
Then, of course, there's also the same Frank is saying that the 2 records must be broken tonight. There's no team that has ever defended the Champions League. Then, Madrid has not lost a UEFA Champions League final. Then there's another one that is coming through. Moja is saying, I love both teams, but tonight I'm going for Real Madrid. Then there's another one here who says that I think Real will score, but Juventus, of course, will come out on top because they will score and defend more.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember Juventus kicking Real Madrid out of the Champions League 2 seasons ago, and Morata actually scored the goal. Yeah, I'm not confident about this at all. So, G, that's some of the vibe coming from the live audience about the game today. What are your thoughts on tonight's final?
Personally, I would like Juventus to win.
Okay.
Simply because we can't all be Real Madrid supporters. And also, I think given the season that they've had in Italy, given their campaign throughout the Champions League qualifiers so far, I really think that if they hold themselves together defensively and they go forward when necessary, I reckon that they're going to frustrate Real Madrid.
A lot.
A lot. And I also think that it's going to be a very small scoreline. If Juventus go ahead 1-0,
that's it.
It's a wrap.
And what do you make of finals though generally? You know, sometimes finals can be so disappointing, eh?
Yeah, well, you see, this is the thing. Like, end of the day, when you think about the Champions League, any player in Europe or any player generally wants to win the Champions League, the weight of the occasion can sometimes overwhelm the individuals.
Yeah.
And finals are not necessarily fair, you know what I mean, especially if they go to penalties, etc. But it's on the day.
You can ask Diego Simeone in Atletico, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been painful
for 4 seasons, man.
It's on the day, and you just have to perform. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know.
Another point to put out there. It's good to see the return of. How can I say? We're celebrating good defending again. If you go back to our time, the early 90s, the late 80s, if you think about the great AC Milan sides and with the Maldinis and the Barresis, and if you go back into the Beckenbauer, defenders were actually equally as important as forwards. Then the whole context of football became all about who scored the goal, scored the goal. And I'm happy to see that Juventus, Buffon is 39, Cellini is 33, Bazzagli is 36, Dani Alves is 34. These are some old guys, and they have actually mastered the art of defending.
Yes.
And we might actually see a Ballon d'Or being a defender since Cannavaro, and it's been a while. I'm just happy to see that we can celebrate a different side of football.
Right.
I think you can remember the old days when at least it was about the entire team.
Yes, definitely. Especially if you think about some of the great old German teams from back in the day when they were doing really well.
Yeah, even like with the Arsenal back four.
Yes.
And
that's it's a very interesting matchup. I think it's a very fair matchup in terms of the teams that have done the best throughout in their respective leagues.
True.
So we have the
well deserved.
Yes, we have the champions of the current champions of Spain.
Italy and what do you make of what some of the English teams have been saying that we are tired, Mourinho moaning about having Europe to play and
at some point that's a good point, because if you look, when Real are playing the Champions League, they actually play their matches on Friday evening.
Very rarely.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put that in some perspective. Let's put that in some level of perspective here. 10 years ago, when English teams were dominating
the
Champions League, weren't they still playing a lot of games?
Yes.
So what's the difference? Is it that footballers have become softer? When United did the treble in 1999, they played all the Champions League games. They won the FA Cup. They won the league. What was the complaint then?
I think
the only complaint can be, and I think is this. I personally think the Europa League or UEFA Cup as it was back in the day, I think there are too many teams involved. I think it's too big a competition. There are too many games in that. I agree with that. So Mourinho can only complain because he was in the Europa League. But I think once you're hitting Champions League, once you're hitting Premier League, once you're hitting FA Cup, there's no complaints because the games have not changed.
Over the years,
They're
you just have to plan.
You still have to plan
the squad to make sure you have the players to take part in all the competitions.
Because back in the day, let me tell you, and this is why I don't buy that story of guys complaining.
It's not Capital One.
It's not Capital One, right?
It's EFL actually now.
We've seen so many different names of that
Wow,
cup, yeah?
I'd even, yeah.
Right, back in the day, right? Back in the day, that cup was as important as the FA Cup. Guys sent out their top teams to win that cup.
Yeah.
Since the Wenger era and the period of the English Premier League, managers such as Alex Ferguson, as Wenger, and those guys decided the
Rafa
that they were, and the Rafa Benitez, they decided that they were going to field
the kids,
weaker teams.
Yeah.
It never used to be like that. Guys used to put out their proper squads. So the point I'm making is this: you say that there are too many games. Fine, you've turned the EFL Cup into your B team competition.
C team actually.
Yeah, your B or your C team. Yeah, you still have the FA Cup, whereas in Premier Leagues teams don't get involved into what, the fourth, fifth round? What are you complaining about? Back in the day, there used to be 42 teams in Division 1. Now there are 38. So that kills how many games? Sorry, 19.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? You used to play 42 games, but now you play 38. What are guys really complaining about?
So you're not having it.
Not having it.
Yeah. I mean, Juventus and Real have gotten to the final, taking part in all competitions. Eric, you have something to say?
Okay, I think the complaint is about, according to me, La Liga, Spain, they go for 1 month off in January, and the Bundesliga too.
Yeah.
So that one can be a determining factor.
But they've always gone for that 1 month off. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Now the Premier League guys, those guys are now saying that maybe they should go off on a month sabbatical as well. But the fact of the matter is, that's one of the things that makes the English Premier League the hardest league to win.
Yeah.
It's full on. There are no days off.
100%. Now that's been there from time immemorial. So even the new managers who've come into the league, like Klopp and them, are trying to talk to the FA and saying remove the winter football, but they know from a commercial side, from a tradition side, it's part of the Christmas.
Let me tell you, you see how much games guys play in December. December is the month for football. Like, time off where? Who's your father?
I want to hear from some of the gentlemen in the back. Yes, I see. Hang on, there's a guy, the Man United guy at the back. Yes, what do you have to say about the discussion?
I think the fact that Mourinho said that really makes sense for me, considering that for United we were playing on all fronts. 38 Premier League games, EFL to the end, FA almost to the end, and then Europa League to the end. And then consider the fact that Europa League is on a Thursday night. And then you've traveled sijui how many miles away, and then you come back. By the time unafika home, you're putting your bags in your bedroom or home, and you're being told, hey boss, we have a game in the afternoon. So you see, so that really affected, like, and you could see after the final there are so many players on crutches, as in it was unbelievable.
That was hilarious. I've never seen anything like it.
What's that?
It was unbelievable.
The United final versus Ajax. The team, the number of guys on crutches.
Yeah. As in, but I think the best way for the teams to really embrace this is to deepen their squad. Depth in the squad. I think that will really help. If you have a thin squad, then you will really suffer.
Okay, Moses, as a Man United fan and also obviously of the EPL, what do the English teams have to do to win the cup again? Not just to be competitive, but to literally win.
The EPL?
Yeah, no, EPL teams. What do they have to do to win the Champions League?
Well, the consistency is the best thing for the time being. You must be consistent in buying players and selling also. Okay, for Man United right now, I think we should sell Smalling. Smalling, Blind.
Yeah.
Or Blind. It's not Blind.
Plans that.
Those two players are actually so low. And I think us selling them can be replacing them actually.
And Fellaini.
Fellaini is a beast.
Do you think? I personally thought I think the conversation should be more around tactics as opposed to the actual players that need to come or go.
Right.
I think for example, if you look at a coach like Wenger, when he goes into Europe, he's beaten by Bayern every year. As a coach, tactically, he should figure out a plan. That's what I'm telling you. Today, you will see tactics at play. I think the coaches have a lot to do as well.
Yeah, tactics, they might play a role in qualifying in the UCL next season. Yeah.
Okay. One last comment here, G. Then you can. There's a guy who's itching for the microphone. Let's see what he has to say.
I think we have based this thing on we're saying that English teams are not good, but they are good.
Right.
What I'm about to say is that
top. This morning on Homeboys Radio 103.5 FM. Of course, it is Fanzone. It's the wrap-up edition.
Ni rahisi kama 123. Go to M-Pesa, select paybill number 150150. Pick your 3 lucky numbers between 0 and 9, followed by HBR, and enter them as the account number. Choose the amount you want to bet from 10 shillings to 1,000 shillings. Match 3 numbers in order to win 300 times your bet. Play now to win within the next hour.
The biggest mega festival is coming your way. The Afropop Festival on 3rd of June at Ngong Racecourse from 1 p.m. with the mega superstar available at jumbolife.com. For 3,000, the Afropop Festival with Omaria. Can't miss it for the world.
Hey, listen, but listen, you know we're back to Champions League.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's like those nominations in Nyeri or it's where governance
is online. Can you tell us what's buzzing?
Yeah, that's as far as Champions League is concerned. And Ken is saying that Juventus effect is real. EPL, German, Italian League plus Spanish League. Look at those managers off from Juventus. Now the one that don't support that. Play every time. He's speaking concerning the checking the
tonight. And since I got my predictions for the English Premier League correct, I'm pretty sure that
you killed it.
Stay with the winning team for real. Yeah. All right, so it's all about FIFA All Stars right now. All throughout the season, we've been having our Celebrity FIFA Challenge, and because it's the final edition of Fanzone this season, we've decided that we're going to bring back the top 4 players and put them up against each other so you can walk away with the ultimate prize today of being on top.
Yes, and just because we are nice guys like that, it was supposed to be the top 4, but myself and G removed ourselves.
That's right.
We didn't want to take 2 of the places.
Of course.
We have to give these guys a chance. So we removed ourselves from the top 4. Let them do their thing.
No doubt, man.
Yeah, you know, someone tweeted me last week and said he knows me and G let all these guys win.
Of course.
So that people don't lose heart about coming to play.
But you see,
he's a smart guy.
We're too good. No, but that you guys don't understand that was part of the idea.
It's part of the plan.
But next season we'll play no games with you guys. Let me tell you. All right, so Ken, you are actually one of the first guys to come through to be one of our FIFA challenges. You actually, I think you beat me by 1 goal.
2 goals actually.
By 2 goals, yeah. I think
2-0.
I think John beat you.
I won against him.
Is he the lucky guy who scored a 1-0?
Yeah.
Yes, you scored. Yeah, some lucky guy. You know. You know what I mean? So you're looking forward to competing. Do you think this is a great idea that Homeboys is doing with the FIFA thing?
Sure, it is. It's an honor for most guys who are here. It's an exposure for us. We are enjoying every moment.
Right.
Talking football, something that most of us love doing.
Right, because I hate losing, by the way. So
where you're a Arsenal fan and you hate losing, you're always losing.
Wow. You guys are lucky that I'm jet lagged.
Today, that couch.
Can't get it on that.
Okay, so you're going to play with what team today? Because today you can all pick whatever teams you want. So what team are you going to choose?
I usually play with Napoli. I think
what?
Napoli is
but I remember. Yeah.
Leave alone this season. They have performed well this season.
Yeah.
But the last 2 seasons, them Lazio. If you go to La Liga, there is Atletico Bilbao. You guys are talking about Valverde, the new Barcelona coach.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good coach. What happened? Draws. Like Mourinho, but his team was to play in the Champions League.
So they're also good on FIFA.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm sure that the guys are rubbing their hands. They're like, that Napoli guy, I want him. Okay, so just to remind you all, today they play for 10,000 shillings.
Wow.
Wow.
The money is somewhere
Around.
Yeah. It's not bad money
So-
to have tonight
so-
as you go out to watch the Champions League.
So basically, the show today has cost us at least 60,000 so far. 50,000 for our FIFA Fantasy Football League,
Yes.
Bennett, and 10,000 now for the person who is, and then I guess another 100,000 shilling show today, you know, guys.
Do you think you win it? Is the money yours?
Definitely. Why not?
Who do you think actually are going like? Who looks like is the guy to beat?
They
I'm
should
sure
be-
we've been watching those games.
Yeah.
In these guys like Eric and Moses, and Dennis, of course. You said before you.
It's football. You never know what happens.
This
But I'm ready for it.
Okay, let's talk to the other all stars.
And before I go, this
Yeah.
guy, the guy was just won the 50,000 shillings. Why we should consider him to be the national team manager? This guy can do some.
Nice one. Okay, let's talk to the next all star. I think yes, Eric is one of the all stars as well.
Now Eric is a guy. You know those guys that when they pick their team, they change everything. They change the defense,
Even
this,
the manager.
that. They change everything. And let me put you out there. For guys who are playing against Eric today, his secret trick is this: he puts Neymar on the bench and then plays and brings him on in the second half when all of your guys are tired. Yeah,
Is it athletics?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Oh.
You know, by the way, the guys do tire.
Yeah.
So he brings Neymar on when guys are on like hitting the red line.
Eric,
this guy.
You've been found out.
It's okay. I don't have one tactic. I'm like Antonio Conte. I have many
guy.
tactics. Yeah. So G has already said one tactic, and I'm gonna change it today.
But you know, at least today it's gonna be a bit.
I know. I'm aware.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to facing our opponents.
Yeah, guys, make sure you check out the online stream, man. We've got some really good players taking part today. Who are you going to play with? What team are you going to select?
Barcelona.
Barca.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk to the next gentleman. You're also one of our all stars, Dennis.
Yeah.
Okay. G, do you remember playing Dennis?
Dennis.
Actually, one of the first guys.
Him, I didn't play him.
No, he didn't.
No, I didn't play
Oh,
him.
you?
I played you.
Yeah.
I beat you.
Oh yeah. Actually, that weekend.
It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. Yeah. So again, 10,000 shillings up for grabs. Today you have to bring your A game, and you have one chance. It's the semi-finals. You select. We're going to do it by at random. Actually, we should get Ray or someone to just decide who plays who, because she doesn't know who's who. One chance. How do you make sure you get to the final? Are you going to be defensive like you, or you're going all out to blitz your opponent?
I play a tactical game, very much like Chelsea on the counter, letting my game out. You know it. That's how I play.
Yeah.
And yeah, borrow a leaf from Eric. Maybe put some guys on the bench and blitz them in the second half.
Wow.
So your team is Chelsea.
Yeah.
So we have Chelsea in the
versus
semis.
Chelsea.
No, Chelsea. We have Barca and we have Napoli.
Okay.
Everybody, I'm sure, wants
Napoli.
Wants the Napoli guy.
Sawa.
Okay, let's talk to Moses. Moses.
Kerry's listening. You know, Kerry has been listening.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Moses came G while you were away, and for 2 weekends in a row, he worked on everyone in this office. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone had a go. He was here until like 4 p.m.
Everyone.
He was just working on guys. Then Kerry Martin stepped into the building.
And worked on him.
Kerry has been impressing you somehow, but losing.
And Moses wanted a rematch so bad, Kerry took off. I have my win, I'm out. He didn't even go to his desk, he left.
That's a good tactic right there.
So Moses,
yeah.
You're coming off, your last game here was an L, you lost. So you're on a losing
That's a draw.
streak.
That's a 1-1. That's a draw for me. 1-1.
Who are you going to play with tonight? I know you play today. You were playing with Man United the last time.
Yeah, Manuel is my team from way back. From 95 actually.
Yeah.
It's
So you're going to play with Man United tonight on FIFA?
Yeah.
Okay. So no one's playing with Real Madrid. That's quite interesting.
No, Madrid is also my team, but according to Kent there, I think I'm going to apply United for him. Napoli is a nice side to play with. United.
So everybody wants the Napoli guy. All right, guys, those are our all-stars. The 11 o'clock sharp, we've got them. We're going to be streaming that live. It's 10K up for grabs. But most importantly, I'm looking forward to just see
some good games.
And you've got so much to win online. If you're watching a streaming, you'll be giving out so many things. So
right.
You just have to predict who will win the matches in between the likes of Eric, Dennis, and Kent and Moses.
Right. Definitely.
Okay. Yes.
All right. So we exit the building and hand over to the basement with Corinne and Zach. I want to ask you, John, next season.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. This is a very, very random question. But next season, top 4.
What? The last time I did this live on air, I was so bad at it.
Let me rephrase that. Is Arsenal going to finish top 4 next season?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. The question is, will Wenger be there to finish top 4? You know, the guys who were protesting and everything said they're already planning how to make his life miserable the entire season. So this is not the end of the
Wenger out.
Yeah, of the antagonism and everything. But hey, me I've shivered that guy, man. Jeez.
For real, man.
Yes. Kerry, by the way, Kerry and Eric are so it's a random, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday?
Oh yes.
Me, I'm in the office just minding my own business. I'm in the studio. It's a normal working day. This guy just kicks in the door. Boom! Eric is behind him. Boom! They're holding their phones. They sit down. So like, John, we have some news. Whether it's a random day. I'm like, I don't even know what these guys are talking about. They came with their phones when the breaking news. I found out from these guys. They're like, Wenger has signed. I was like, my day just went downhill. Kerry Martin.
Kerry, we know you're a big Arsenal fan, man. How did you feel when that happened?
First of all, I actually thought that Wenger was not going to stay. I was so sure he'd win the win the FA Cup
and bounce
and bounce, because he'll be the manager who's won the most FA Cups. We appreciate him and say bye to the guy. But 2 days later, he signs a new contract.
Let me tell you, honestly, after losing to Bayern Munich 10-2, I thought it was a wrap. There's only so much pressure one man can take.
10-2, you finish 6th, 5th or whatever, and 18 points behind Chelsea. As in, what more? Anyway, Kerry, make sure you hang around, because the winner of the winners, you need to discipline them as well.
Definitely.
And on behalf of the Fanzone team, we want to thank everybody who's listened for the whole season, everyone who's contributed, everyone who's tweeted, everybody who's stopped us in the streets and been like, yo, I listened to you guys are nuts, you guys are crazy, we appreciate every single one. But most of all, we love football, we appreciate football, and definitely want to give everybody in the studio a round of applause. Thank you very much. Our first ever live broadcast, and there'll be many, many more to come next season. So, on that note, I think it's time to say goodbye.
Hello, Madrid.
There you go, Champions League. And we had Spoonie, we had Jonathan Joseph on the show this morning. Now, David Garrido, who works for Sky Sports, he's actually getting married today. That's the only reason he's not with us today, because he would have been with us today, but he's getting married today. But he said, give him a call on Monday morning and we'll talk about the Champions League on Monday morning. So more football Monday morning for you on the show.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright. Somebody take over. Like, I'm not used to this live business. What happens next? Do we just
it's time for the basement. Let's I'm sure Zach's on the other side and we're now talking to ourselves. I'm sure it's done. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's our first ever live broadcast, so we were figuring it out with you. Okay. So, Duncan, you quickly need to break. You need to just. Oh yeah. You need to decide who's playing who. And then we just go. Duncan, I'm zoom at the mic. Yeah. Okay, it's done. All right. Let's quickly.
Kianadi. Nunua Coca-Cola yako kwa bei iliyopendekezwa. Now taste the feeling. Taste the feeling. Among the great provisions of our constitution, the supreme law of the land is
most nights are the same, shows just like work. Need a stage, stand around selling merch and shirts. Then I pick the pink skirt out the corner of my eye. By the exit posted up like a tack looking fly. I tried to play it cool, but I couldn't pretend. So I approached hella anxious with a silly ass friend. She said she dropped off her friends so we could be alone. Gave her undivided attention, turned off her phone, took me out for pancakes, paid for the dinner, then took me to my room. Now we watch Sports Center, and then we made out, and then we made love, and then I passed out while I got her back from. But in the middle of the night I reached for a second helping. Got a handful of sheets, I was all by myself. And before you could say goddamn that sucks, Jay Bird called, Cat Van back. Yeah.